Something very lesbianic is happening here. Hi, I'm Bobby. Welcome to Culture Kitsch, and welcome to another episode of Be Kind Recap Review. Or in the case of today's episode, Be Kind React Review. Something a little bit different. For today's video, we are going to be reacting to 2023's Bottoms. Now, Bottoms is a movie that I love very, very dearly. It was actually this time last year that I saw the movie for the first time, and I saw it in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I saw it in a theater of about 15 other queer people, a lot of they thems, and I truly was blown away by how much I loved it. It's absurd, it's weird, it's insane, and it is one of my favorite movies as of late. Bottoms is directed by Emma Seligman and is written by Emma Seligman and one half of the film's co-leads, Rachel Sennott. So rather than me recapping it and trying to attempt to capture this film's essence and explaining it, we're gonna watch it together because that's the most fun thing, both for you and also algorithmically for me. And before we get started, if you like reactions, commentaries, video essays on all things film, TV, and pop culture and beyond, then Culture Kitsch might just be the place for you. So consider subscribing today. It helps me out in more ways than one, especially with my self-esteem. Yeah, thank you. So without further ado, let's get into the react. We're into the teen comedy vibe, starting out with tonight is the night where our lives are going to change.
Speak for yourself. Nobody's gonna want to fuck me this year, just like nobody wanted to fuck me last year or the year before.
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk to Brittany. I think that it's time.
Oh, really? It's time?
Hey, girl, what's up? How's your boyfriend? How's his penis? So awesome and big and throbbing and like a male penis. I'm playing the long game with her, okay? Here's how it's gonna shake out. I don't speak to the bitch
for years. What I love about Josie is that she may not execute those plans, but she's got a plan. She just needs the platform. And when she's given the platform, what does she do with it? But she's got a plan.
Do you want to be the only girl virgin at Sarah Lawrence?
We've already got the very teen comedy thing of do you want to be blah 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 at insert college here? It's senior years when you have to turn over your entire personality so that when you go to college you're young, hot, and cool. But then when you get to college you get to be young, stupid, and loser. So they don't know that yet.
Who has such a gay problem?
Okay, no one hates us for being gay. Everyone hates us for being gay and talented.
Everyone hates us for being gay, untalented, and ugly.
Rock on, man. Killing it. I love what you're doing with the school play. Thanks, bitch.
What I love about this movie in centering queer characters and teen comedies is the fact that in a lot of teen comedies and the history of teen comedies, the worst thing you could be was gay in a lot of ways, or the worst thing you could be was a loser. In this movie, the worst thing you could be is a gay, untalented loser. And so it just it puts it on its head. It's if you're a gay person who is really good at theater or something, then that's fine, no one cares. They just care if you are untalented and a dork while being gay. Honestly, that's how I see Havana Rose Leo.
Hi, Hazel. Oh, hey, Hazel.
Here goes
How
the
was
second
summer?
love of my life, Hazel.
Slot farm. If you mean volunteering at the National Meat Association. Yeah, it was good. What are you guys doing here? What happened to your arm? Oh my god, she ate shit is what happened. She ate literal shit? What the fuck?
Hazel is me in a lot of ways. I may not know what to say in every single social scenario, but I sure am trying, and that's what matters. I have to say because I thought it when I watched this movie in the theaters, when he does that little move, Nicholas Galizine's character Jeff, when he does that little move, it reminds me of Andy Samberg's character in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. He's the guy who dresses like a baby, he was on a tuna can or something when he was a kid, and he's never let it go. And it feels like he does a similar move. Him doing that in this movie reminded me of that so much. I laugh to myself, and I feel like I am the only person on the planet who has made that connection. Nicholas Galitzine play Jeff, who is this character so far outside of reality, is just so funny. He had no reason being as insane as he was, and the fact that he did this in the same year, or that it came out in the same year, I should say, as what is it, Red, White, and Royal Blue. I haven't seen that movie, but like I've seen clips, and it's just such a different it's such a different character. Such a different character. He's a really good actor.
I just don't know why girls like guys like that. It's like they're like dogs or pigs or what's the grossest animal?
I'm gonna keep stopping and starting. What's so funny about this movie is that the production team and the costuming and the director, like everyone working on this movie was so like in on making it like kind of this tribute piece to teen comedies, in the way that it's been like beautifully Frankenstein together. So like the archetype of the losers and the jocks, and like the big fair before school, and like big set pieces like prom and the big game at the end of the movie are very Grease. Emma Seligman has said that like PJ and Josie are in American Pie, whereas the rest of the characters are like in Clueless or in Grease or in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like the movie feels like I said, this like beautiful Frankenstein together mosaic of the teen comedy throughout history, with this very absurdist overlay. If you love teen comedies and you understand how weird teen comedies can be, especially in that heyday of like the 80s and the late 90s and early 2000s, you get it with this movie. Like you get what this movie is paying tribute to. Just want to say that it's just so good.
Hey, Brittany!
PJ,
I am loving all the holes in your pants. You want a hot dog? We could go get hot dogs. I don't know. Yeah, we could get the bun, no the ketchup. Bun. You gotta get the bun. No. Yes, no.
Kaya Gerber is silently a really fun part of this movie, because she's not exactly doing too much or a lot. Like she's just very much so being the popular cool girl archetype, but again, against the insanity around this movie, she becomes her own brand of insane and becomes her own brand of really fun, and like kind of is the straight man character against especially a character like PJ. But she just gets so many moments in this movie where you can just kind of tell that she almost functions like an NPC in a weird way. Like she'll comment on it later, but like she just is kind of there. But when she does need to be at the forefront, or like needs to deliver really just crazy lines, she says it in such a way that makes it just hilarious. This was the first thing I saw from this movie, and I was like, I know I'm in.
So you were skinny too.
You were skinny too as well.
Yeah, you're skinny. You're a real skinny mini, aren't
The
you?
tip of the hat
Probably should eat
with no hat.
hospital help.
Oh my God.
I'm good, because it's not going to happen for me. If it's not happening here, then it's definitely not happening at Emerson. Okay? He's gay and fearless. He's
Because
probably
he's
gonna fuck
gay
me without protection.
and
Then I'm going to get pregnant. We're going to have to join a church. He'll be the gay pastor. My whole life's fucked. But everybody knows he's fruity. Everybody knows he's fucking fruity. By the way, our son Hezekiah hates us because he knows we're both positive. We try to make it work for him, but he's not happy. And yeah, guess what? The deacon's fucking the evangelist, man. He's fucking the evangelist. I don't want to live like that. Will you come and visit us on Sunday?
Fun fact, it was largely improv'd by Ayo Edebiri, who is the comedic genius of our time. That improv where she's just like, will you please come and visit us on Sunday? Like, just why? You know, like, again, it paints such a vivid image of who these characters are. Also to the inclusion of like, it's not gonna happen for me at Emerson, when 2 scenes ago PJ was talking about, do you want to go to Sarah Lawrence? And they're just naming all of the like lesbian colleges pretty much.
Just go fucking no. Isabel, would you like a safety ride?
Isabel?
Isabel.
Excuse me, she said move, prick.
Don't talk to me, you
Prick.
ugly bitch, okay? I do not talk to girls in overalls.
Okay, I might be ugly, but these aren't overalls.
Was like, hey, we're not gonna contest the ugliness factor, but I will be damned if I get overalls allegations. Like there's a cracking sound. I barely grazed his knee. The parkour over the cars when it's so not necessary. The football players are my favorite part of this movie because you never see them not in their uniforms. Everywhere they go, they are wearing their uniforms. Even at the fair, where it does not make sense for them to be wearing full padding, they are still wearing their padding. Hilarious. Fucking idiots. Okay, we need to go. Let's see what's on the chalkboard. We've got tie-dye Tuesdays. Who are you praying for and why? A plus D equals abstinence. How to boil eggs. Step 1, boil water. Step 2, eggs.
Welcome back to class.
Why is there a football player in the back club?
Oh, cool. So does your vagina.
Nice try, PJ, but my vagina belongs to the government.
All right, check it out. Today I got
Love that yellow Argyle set. So clueless. And according to costume designer Eunice Jera Lee, who also, if you watched my last video, which was a review of Twisters, I'll put up a little card here. She was also the costume designer for the new Twisters, the plural, the second one, the sequel with Glenn Powell. Like I said, this movie has a lot of influences and references that it was trying to make. So in the costuming, Clueless was a big inspiration for Isabel, who kind of has this like mashing of a Clueless aesthetic as well as like a Grease aesthetic. So like, I can't remember who said it, but someone said that like she sees Isabel as being like Sandy in Grease, whereas like PJ and Josie are in American Pie.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Guess that's you guys.
Shut up, you know why you're here.
I don't, actually.
For committing a crime against Jeff, our quarterback and the most good-looking all-American red-blooded muscular man this town has ever seen. I'm gonna expel you both.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No! You have to understand that this was a misunderstanding.
Really?
We were just practicing for
Yeah.
our self-defense club.
Like a fight club?
Well, here's the thing.
Self.
Yes. Yes. What's up, lads?
I think Hazel and I would live a very beautiful life together as partners and girlfriends and ladies who kiss each other.
Would I be an advisor for this club? Because we'll be suspended if there isn't.
Who's gonna be jumping up to endorse it?
I can't.
the Holocaust.
Okay.
It happened. Yes, it did.
Yes,
But
it
how?
did.
We were wondering if you wanted to be our club advisor.
What kind of club is that?
It's a women's club. We talk about women's issues. For example, periods.
Look at, he heard periods and he's like, all right, I'm in. Long denim skirts.
Is what she's saying. Feminism.
What about long denim pantsuits? What I love about this movie, one of my favorite, one of the most underrated parts of this movie is Marshawn Lynch in it. He apparently took the role immediately. Like when they were trying to figure out like who to cast in this teacher role, they were like, it would be fun if we got Marshawn Lynch. And I think Emma Seligman said that they weren't confident he was going to say yes, but he did because he thought it would be him kind of righting his wrongs, because he has a sister who came out as a lesbian, and when he was younger he didn't really like handle it in the best way, so he saw taking this role in this queer teen comedy as like a way to kind of like right a wrong and making amends and, you know, show that he's grown and changed as a person, which is like unknowingly so earnest and just so sweet. And he's just so funny because so much of his lines I think were completely improv.
Oh my god, and again, they're all sixes at best. Hey guys.
They're all sixes at best.
I thought this was to be part of like a local underprivileged female community.
My identity is completely attached to her, so I just kind of go wherever she goes.
Everyone's here for a good reason.
I like that there was like a little beat. There's a little pause where she could have said something of like what she thought this was, but then she was just real. Like, Brittany as a character is incredibly transparent. Like, I think the popular girl character in teen comedies didn't always exactly say what her role was. She just kind of like, it was more of like showing versus telling. But Brittany is fully transparent about who she is and what she does. She's like, I literally just go where she goes. I'm just following her. That's literally it. Oh my gosh. That's one of my favorite lines in this movie. It's just so smart.
You are never gonna get assaulted on your birthday again.
Oh.
Number 7, okay?
And I'm
One
gonna find
lucky
out
number 7.
My stalker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll be able to kill my stepdad.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. I love that none of them are dressed for a self-defense club. Like, what? It's just a lot of not breathable fabrics, a lot of non-stretch, a lot of skirts, a lot of heels. Ooh, okay, she ate that. Juxtaposition of this is like the montage in every teen comedy. Like, this is this is Brittany Murphy's character in Clueless getting the makeover. This is Rachel Leigh Cook's character and She's All That getting the makeover. A montage is unnecessary for a teen comedy, and this movie's montage is them learning to punch, kick, and punt each other. And there's like girl who's going to be okay. Feminism. Who started it? Gloria Steinem, a man, another woman. The only 3 options. Something very lesbianic is happening here. Always in the stripes with them. Literally every single scene, PJ and Josie are going to be in some stripes. And if you guys like this video, I would like to do a costume design of Bottoms video, because I think it would be fun, because this movie's costume design is very, very fun. So if you like that, watch this video, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff.
Talking about Juvie and everything that happened this summer. You know, obviously we get a lot of props or whatever, so people think it's so badass. Obviously, you know, we had to survive the tributes, and, you know, I did have to, like, fight people basically every single night.
She's just describing the plot of the Hunger Games. This is literally just the Hunger Games. It, like, not like, oh, it's kind of, it's just, she's just describing the Hunger Games. Again, jock straps and the pad, the football. What does he need them football pads for? Oh, God.
I don't know why anyone wants my old dirty underwear. It's so weird.
The filmmakers of the movie have cited specifically some like specific movies that are of like, you know, inspiration to Bottoms. That being Grease, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Jawbreaker, Bring It On, and Heathers. And clearly you can definitely see, if you've seen all of those movies, kind of where specifically they may pull some like reference and some, you know, insight and inspiration from. This scene is most definitely the scene from Bring It On, where they are having the car wash to fundraise to go to nationals. I think it really like makes light of the absurdity of teenagers in high school like having a car wash where like the teenagers themselves are like in bikinis, and half of the appeal is them coming and washing the cars of these like old geezers. And like literally you have Isabel being like, oh, he just told me to bring my old dirty underwear. Like, it's just so crazy. And it's just so, again, absurd, but so funny. Every time I see Rachel Sennott on screen, I think about that. I think about that tweet. That's like, Rachel Sennott looks like her name should be Fatima, but in a white way. Every time I see her, I think about that tweet and I just laugh because it's so true. One of the most prominent tributes in this film is in this scene. And if you look closely, it was like the shot was only like 2 seconds. But if you look closely, Josie and Isabel are having their first little study date at a diner that's called Butterma Diner. And obviously, if you are aware of queer canon, queer films, teen comedies, you might be aware of the 1999 classic that is But I'm a Cheerleader, starring Natasha Lyonne. And actually, in this very scene, they are being served by a waitress whose name is Natasha. You can see it on her name tag again for But I'm a Cheerleader's lead, Natasha Lyonne. A little fun fact for ya.
I heard Jeff is cheating on you.
Ooh. She's losing her mind.
Just bring it fucked up. Even though I guess it's technically legal, it's still just.
You can see the turn in her eyes where she just actively is like, she's broken down, cracking up. It looked like she was putting a napkin under her head. So when she's banging it, she has some cushion.
I'm getting revenge. I'm gonna fuck up some football players and I'm buying a gun. Hell yeah. What my stepdad's. What about like
I'm gonna fuck up some football players and I'm buying a gun.
What about like a bomb? It'd be a distraction.
Casually, she's like, what if he got blued up? What if we blued him up? I probably can't show any of this clip because it has copyrighted music, but the girls have decided to go to Jeff's house and TP it an egg, which I don't, that's definitely not a thing that teenagers do now. I don't think the economy is too in the shitter for someone to be wasting toilet paper in that way. What I love about this scene, number one, is obviously just the insanity that's happening. But what's crazy is that Hazel, it's not like Hazel brought the BOMB and like didn't tell anyone. She pitched it. She was like, we should go and do this so that I can blow his car up. Duh. And then PJ just being like, oh yeah, sure, it's gonna blow. And then it does, set to total eclipse of the heart. Them vandalizing his house. A romantic connection is happening in the car of the stakeout of the vandalizing of the star football player's house and car. And then it ends in an explosion set to total eclipse of the heart. There's layers to that. There are layers to that.
I actually did. I practically ran this club for you and
Okay,
Josie.
let's calm down, maybe.
You really think that you're the reason that we have this club? The reason? No, but I can tell everyone that if you want.
Actually, Hazel, expose them. Expose PJ specifically. Expose them.
I love God.
This scene always reminds me when she's like, I love God. And no, not many people saw this movie, but it reminds me of the scene with Sammy Fableman and Monica in The Fablemans when she's just like, I really love Jesus. Like I'm into Jesus. They're the same. I love God. I love that Josie got the kiss. Josie gets the kiss. Josie gets the girl. This is a big deal for me. I have AO3 fanficked YN'd my way into the story. This is my moment, just as much as it's Josie's. Very Mean Girls. This is so Regina George's room. First of all, let's just say the production design on this movie is just so brilliant. Like, it's just so well thought out, meticulous, and feels so warm and real. And that's the best thing that a movie like this, and teen comedies in general, can feel like and should feel like. Shoes on the bed, Crazy. Boots on the bed. Insane. Not feeling that.
PJ, I'm straight.
I almost expected her to be like, really? Well, that is shocking. Boots on the bed after a rejection is crazy work. Get your shoes off my bed, thanks. Especially she's got a light duvet. Boots in the bed? Absolutely not. Oh my God. No, she don't got this. It's okay to tell her she doesn't have this.
Is she like sort of winning or?
Is she like sort of winning?
They didn't go to juvie.
Well, they didn't.
No.
I think Isabel laughs when she's being lied to.
They never fought anyone at all.
And you know what else?
Again, that red lip. What red lip is that? I'm getting distracted. Truth's coming out, but truth is I need to know what that red lip is.
So funny about this whole fucking thing, all your little schemes, all your, oh, we'll have Ari here and we'll fuck so many girls and whatever. Is that you're the only one who didn't do anything. Do you care about anyone other than yourself? Just find some other girl to fucking jack off to and do nothing about.
Whew. Gagged. What is a teen comedy without complicated by Avril Lavigne? Let it be, you will see. That would be my locker. Why'd you have to go away? He's renounced feminism. Why have all the presidents been men? And why should we keep it that way? Is Hazel alive? She doesn't look very alive. I've never paid attention since the songs started playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go to the game and then work it out with PJ there.
I wouldn't do that. What do you think's gonna happen tonight?
I don't know. Football? Game? Tackle.
There is a 50-year rivalry going.
Is she playing Contexto? Football, game, tackle. What did they learn?
Club.
Let's do this for the club.
Pulling out the necklace in the final fucking hour.
Well,
I like that they said it so I didn't have to. Pulling out the necklace in the final hour. Didn't even know they had these necklaces.
Talking about Josie. Nobody's even over there.
oh my god, nobody is even over there. Well, that is obviously a red flag. Are we not reading that as a red flag? That's crazy.
What?
Even though you're a black Republican, you are the smartest out of all of us, okay?
Yeah, I know that. You think I don't know that?
Oh, now you want a bum.
Oh, now you want a bum. Traditionally, a football jersey has the last name. So that would say that his last name is Jeff. So his name is Jeff? Oh, didn't work. This was plan B. Plan A, a bomb, an explosive. Plan B, just make out. Make out as a distraction.
Oh, wait. I'm gay. Okay, yeah, I'm not. I just like gay porn.
That's an honest revelation, Brittany. Only one way to do it. They gotta kill these football players.
You saved me.
You're welcome. Oh,
Oh, no. No.
Are you okay?
They said, oh, no, not that, no. We're good. Thanks so much, though.
I do want to say, I feel like you killed that guy.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think we killed You killed that guy. Yeah, he's dead. That's
Yeah, I think
horrible.
they're all
Yeah,
dead. Every good teen comedy has to end with bloopers. Like every theme park ride ends at the gift shop, every good teen comedy ends with bloopers. So that was Bottoms. I hope you had a good time watching me watch Bottoms, because I had a good time having you watch me watch Bottoms. If you like this format, let me know. Or if you want me to go back to recaps, let me know. Either way, I'm open. When I was doing research for this video, Emma Seligman, who is the director, was talking a lot about how difficult it was to get this movie made, because it is a movie that is very explicitly, prominently a lesbian film, and it centers around two girls who are lesbians, and it has a lot of queerness. It's very sapphic. And when pitching that to studios, it was a tough time getting the studios to be on board with it. There were a lot of studios who were not willing to let the movie be what it wanted to be, in that it's raunchy and, you know, perverse and insane and crazy. And even in some interviews, she said that it was difficult sometimes to even pitch, because they were told maybe to pitch in a way that would kind of downplay some of those elements of the film. But eventually they did get it made. And then on top of that, when they were filming, they filmed this movie in New Orleans, and they said that when some of the city officials found out what the movie was, they then had a difficult time getting locations to film the movie. So if you look at this movie, you can tell that there are not many places where they're shooting. It's mainly the school, mainly that one classroom, but really the auditorium is the main place, save for PJ's room and Brittany's room. So there was some big difficulty in this movie getting made. So it's in a lot of ways, this little movie that could, and it comes out, and obviously it comes out not at the best time in the industry for it to really get its moment in the sun. But I am hoping that Bottoms becomes this fun film that you return to. It's got a big cult classic vibe to it. And I think it's a really fun love letter to the teen comedy. And I just think it was really well done. And it is so stupid, but not stupid in a way where it is bad, but it's it has its right to be dumb and insane and crazy. It doesn't need to have this, grand statement. It can follow in the lineage of movies like that while centering queer people and people of color and women. And it is just one of those movies that I think it'll stick to my bones quite a bit, as you can see. Which way? I love it. I love this movie. I think it's great. It's the ultimate teen comedy, I think, for the 2020s, and I had a blast watching it. I hope you had a fun time watching it with me. If you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Let me know, have you seen Bottoms? Will you see Bottoms? If you've seen Bottoms, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you kind of just like it? Did you like it so much that you hate it? Did you hate it so much that you like it? Doesn't really matter. Just let me know in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts. Be sure to put anything that you'd like for me to watch next. I got some really fun stuff coming down the pipeline now that we are officially in fall. It's September now, so that means that it's fall time. I went on a walk yesterday, and it was just nothing but crunchy leaves all over the ground. It also was 91 degrees, but that doesn't stop it from being fall. Absolutely. As always, I'm Bobby. This is Culture Kitsch. I don't have an outro yet, but I will see you next week.